Fit in 10 Nation, it is day 26 of the challenge. And yesterday I talked about muscle recovery, and I mentioned first and foremost that sleep and nutrition are going to help your recovery the most. So that is getting all of your energy sources, your fat and your carbohydrates, in addition to your protein. That is going to help with your recovery. It's not just about protein. It's about making sure you get enough of the energy sources to facilitate the recovery and spare the protein from being used as fuel. And I also talked about sleep. Okay, sleep is actually where the majority of the physical recovery takes place. Now, I did touch upon some supplements which I use. Okay, and if you don't believe me, okay, you can see I've got it open here. It's empty. Oh, powder's coming out everywhere. This is branched chain amino acids, by the way, a product called High Five, which I sell. And this is glutamine. It's a white powder. I don't know if you can see in there. Probably not. These will help with your recovery quite a bit. These are not supposed to be in place of food. They are simply a supplement, but they do help with your recovery. This will probably get more attention when it comes to muscle recovery, branched chain amino acids, but this has more health benefits. Okay, it's very good for your gut lining. It's very good to help with your blood-brain barrier, and it's a foundational ingredient for your white blood cells. So this is a huge immune booster. Okay, so if there was one that I had to choose between these two, I'd actually go with this one. This one's actually cheaper too. Glutamine. Okay. I take about 15 grams after I work out. All right. Take this, take about 5 grams. Another thing that would help you too with the recovery is a product called Hard Muscle Builder. This will really help with your strength. This makes actually quite a difference with muscle recovery. Okay, these are just supplements. I'm not really going to push them on you. If there was one that I was going to push on you, it would actually be this. But the Hard Muscle Builder is, if you're interested, it is something where you'll take it and you'll actually notice. You'll notice it ergogenically speaking more than anything. That is, you're going to notice your performance in the gym a little bit more. But a lot of you just started, so there's no point with this. Okay, but I would highly recommend this glutamine. Okay, what else will help you? Movement, just getting blood flow. Anything that's going to increase the blood flow to the areas of soreness will help with reducing the feelings of soreness. It'll also help with the recovery of the muscle tissue. So just movement, or even doing cycles of hot and cold applications to the affected areas. Epsom salts baths will make a big difference as well. Okay, so a few things there. All right, fiber. Let's get into fiber here. Man, hopefully I can fit this in here. At least I'll start it. Okay, fiber is considered a carbohydrate because the molecular structure of it is very similar to the other carbohydrates that we know, like sugars and starches. But fiber has a completely different role in the body when compared to starches and sugars. And it has a completely different effect. So here are some health benefits to having fiber in your diet, and we'll get into the specifics on fiber in a second here. Fiber is going to help you to feel full and satiated. Fiber is also going to lower blood cholesterol, which I don't actually know if there's any proof of that. Again, I don't even know if there's any proof of cholesterol actually affecting your vascular health, okay, your cardiovascular health. But for the sake of what we've all accepted, it's supposed to do that. It pulls more water to your intestines, so you can pass through matter much easier. Okay, so you're not going to get constipated. And it lowers the rate at which sugar enters your bloodstream. Of course, we've talked about this in the past, why it's so important to have things like fiber and fat and protein with every meal, because it helps to lower your the rate at which sugar or carbohydrates get digested. Okay, that's a good thing. All right, so two types of fiber. We've got soluble and insoluble. All right, so Insoluble just passes right through you. Okay, so the calories in insoluble fiber really mean nothing. It goes right through you. It is indigestible. Soluble fiber, on the other hand, this ultimately goes to your large intestine, where it's eaten up by bacteria. Okay, so the bacteria basically ferments it into fuel that the bacteria can then feed off of. Okay, so sources of insoluble fiber, so fiber that just passes through you, fiber that really doesn't count towards any calories. Things like seeds and wheat bran and skins of fruit and certain vegetables, skins of vegetables I should say, and brown rice, those are some examples. Soluble, okay, so again, the fiber that gets fermented by the bacteria in your large intestine and then is used as fuel. Beans, oats, citrus fruits, berries, peas, apples, and I can't even read my own writing here. Oh, yams. So those are some examples of soluble fiber. In general, okay, I should say, not in general. Insoluble fiber doesn't affect the calories in there do not go towards your calorie, do not go towards your carbohydrate count. The calories with soluble, it varies from source to source. We usually go with about a 50% rule. So let's just say there's 4 calories per gram of soluble fiber. We go with about 2 of those calories going towards energy in the body. All right, so, but for the sake of simplicity, we're just going to call them carbohydrates and we're going to count them as carbohydrates, okay? I would suggest trying to get at least 25 grams in your diet per day. That's on the lower side, so that would be for a smaller individual. If you are a larger individual, I would try to get more into that 35 to 40 grams per day. Okay, and by the way, those Quest protein bars, the ones that I don't sell but Costco sells, they're very high in fiber, and that would be soluble fiber. More so. Okay, how are we doing for time? All right, let's go to the message of the day. Message of the day is just as I've been preaching to you over and over and over. Success begins and ends with personal responsibility. Identify what needs to be done and take action. Execute. Okay? Success begins and ends with personal responsibility. Identify what needs to be done and take action. This is really, really, really important. If you can take responsibility of virtually everything in your life will become much easier. When you decide that you are not responsible for so many things that are causing you problems, your life just became way more impossible because you have no control. Okay? So really you need to identify, and this goes beyond the challenge, identify all the things that you really could change, okay? Which maybe at first thought you think, well, it's not really my fault. But think, and even take a few steps back, okay? Maybe you weren't actually involved, but think about how you could have maybe avoided the situation, right? So, not necessarily taking onus for the action in and of itself, but even just thinking about ways that maybe you could have avoided a situation, or you could have made something happen by, taking a little more action than what you did, okay? I'm telling you right now, personal responsibility. I think if everybody took more personal responsibility, I really do believe that the world would be a better place. But a lot of people just don't want to take responsibility for what they do. Been guilty of it myself many times. I know that, but I also am, what I think, honest with myself. Okay, so take responsibility for your actions, execute the tasks in this challenge, and just know that it is all up to you, right? Right? Remember, I think I said to you way back. When did I say this other quote to you? I said, If it is to be, that was day 4. If it is to be, it is up to me, right? If it is to be, it's up to you. So just do it. Positive energy, positive vibes. Believe in yourself, and for the love of yourself, give some gratitude, and you will be a much happier person. I'll talk to you all very soon. See you guys.